This video is about our modulation section. So again, we have it in our effects routing. We have an off-on button. You can turn it on, turn it off. You can also do it by the mode setting here. And we have a number of choices within our modes. This is all modulation. And we have choruses, which are dealing with pitch. We have flanging, which is dealing with speed. And we have phasers, which are dealing with timing. And you have a combination of chorus and phaser here. So you have mono chorus, mono flanging. Those basically add both channels. And those are recommended for patches that would have a lot of heavy low end. You have, of course, stereo, true stereo, flangers here, chorus, phaser. You have a really wide 6-voice chorus and a pretty wide quad phaser as well. We'll check those out. Let's for now set it for stereo chorus and sync. Sync, if it is enabled, disables speed. And we've gone through sync before in the arpeggiation tutorial, but it's syncing up to your host tempo, and you have a choice of a number of things. This is your quarter note, half of a quarter note, which is an eighth note. You have a dotted feel, a triplet feel, and a straight feel. So a quarter of a quarter note is a 16th, an eighth of a quarter note is a 32nd. This is equal to a half note or 2 beats, 4 beats or a whole note, 8 beats, 16 beats. We'll leave it off for now. It's easier to demonstrate this stuff with the speed knob active. You have your EQ mode, and this is going to affect what frequency range these sliders are active in. Let's go ahead and go through those real quickly. And if you got your low, or your low minus, if you will, the low slider over here is going to be at 250 cycles, the high at 500. Kick it up a little bit to low plus. You've got 250 and 1,000. You have your mid minus is 500 and 1,500 cycles. Your mid plus is 500 and 2,500 cycles. Lastly, your high minus is 1,000 and 4,000. Your high plus is 500 and 8,000. We'll play around with those a little bit to see how those are effective. And let's leave it off for now. Lastly, you have a choice of waves. You have your basic sine, you have a modified sine, and you have a triangle. These are going to all affect the sound depending on what function you've got going on up here. They may sound differently on your choices across here. Again, we'll stay with the stereo chorus for now. Depth, basically the size of your wave. Speed, the frequency of your wave. Delay, how long it takes before the effect kicks in. So this is maximum amount of delay. This is minimum amount. Feedback, bringing that audio back into itself. Your level functions differently depending on what you have for a mode. And it functions as a mix level for any chorusing and flanging you're going to do. But if you're using phasing, it's basically an output level for the phase effects. And speaking of phasing, your delay actually functions a little bit as it regulates the frequency. And we'll hear that when we're playing in the phasing. Let's go ahead and listen to some of this stuff. So I've got a stereo chorus. And let's get something that might sound halfway decent here. So we can change the depth, change the speed, drop the depth back down, change the delay. So you can see these things are a little bit interactive, feedback. May not notice too much of it on that. And, you know, it's all seasoned to taste. Let's go to a sine wave. A little different there. Okay, so we have that. We've got our EQ modes. Let's go ahead and kick one in. Let's go to mid minus here. So you can hear how that affects things a little bit. Let's go ahead and take that back off. Let's take a look at some other items here. So we have, let's go 6-voice chorus, very wide. Great rich sound there, love that one. Let's talk about flanging. Let's do stereo flange. So that sounds pretty nice. Let's do the stereo phaser. Notice our level drops off completely here. And a nice rich quad phaser. Let's see how it sounds with the different sine wave. triangle. So you get the drill on it. Lots of fun. And season to taste on all this stuff. There's no right or wrong. Lastly, jumping back to the synth page and our modulation matrix, you got it. You can say assign envelope generator 1 to either level or depth. So a lot of choices on this. And again, it's season to taste on all these things. So hope you got a tip or trick out of it. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one where we're heading to the compressor section. See you there.